Okay, 5 things, and we'll make it quick, to make sure your drives are the best they can be. All right, so first thing I do when I step on the tee box, and if you're like me, you don't play a lot of high-end courses, so you get a course that has a lot of wear and tear, lots of rounds. So I'm looking for a spot on the tee box where my feet don't talk back to me. Your feet are always talking to your head. You don't want to be in a divot. You don't want to be in a depression. So you get to the tee box first, find a nice spot, put the club down where you think that ball is going to be, and then take your tee and plug it in where you put that driver. That way you know it's a perfect spot for your feet. Second is, now that I've got it teed up, I'm going to use the ball to line up my shot. Now I'm going to use the same line a lot of you will use to line up your putt, but I'm going to take this line and line it up perpendicular to my target line. So the first thing I'll do is I'll stand back here, I'll take a look at where my intention is. I'm going to go for the small tree that's out in the distance right there. So I'm going to take the ball, take the line, and line it up perpendicular. Perfect. The goal is to make sure once I've lined this up, I trust it. And because I looked at it, I know it's good. So I'll step in, I'll use the leading edge of the club. I'll mate that to the line on the ball. Then I'll step in, flat feet, square setup, and that's good to go. Now third, and very important, is ball position. So for me, it's always about a fist back in my stance. That allows for me to take a path that's a little more in to out. I'm looking for a draw ball when I hit my driver. A lot of you guys will play that ball a little bit too far forward, expecting that as you turn through, that face is going to close and eliminate that slice. It does not. What happens is if that ball is too far forward, your weight gets a little bit left towards the target, and that face stays open just a pinch, just enough to get that ball off the planet. So you want to make certain that that ball, fist away, wherever you practice for a good shot, is the same on the tee. Now fourth and most important, I can't express it enough, and I say it on almost all my videos, pressure. Where you start your swing, the pressure in your feet is paramount to how good this shot's going to be. You want to set up and make certain that you are in an athletic position. The goal is to feel like if you were playing shortstop, you wouldn't play it off your heels. You can't be fast that way. You're going to play off the balls of your feet, like shooting a free throw, playing shortstop, anything that involves movement. So when you set up, you're going to take your stance, and if you can set up and wiggle your feet like this, you're in trouble. You've got too much pressure on your heels if that's the case. You've got to move your feet back, and then double check and make sure you can wiggle your toes, but can't lift your feet. If you can do that, pressure's on the balls of your feet, because I don't want to beat this thing to tears, but if you're going to set up on your heels and turn back, and the goal is to maintain spine angle, we're trying to do this, not this. If you're going to maintain spine angle and you take that set up on your heels and turn back, your brain's not going to let you fall off balance. So you will not keep turning back this way. You will stand up on the way back, and we're cooked at this point. So always make sure when you set up, no matter what the shot is, especially T-ball, you are balls of your feet, can't lift them, but you can wiggle the toes. All right, now we've set up to where our feet are in a good spot, nice and flat, no noise. Ball's teed up in the right spot. We've got the ball lined up to go the correct direction. We're gonna have our pressures like they're supposed to be, not back here lifting up. Forward, we can wiggle the toes, but we can't lift the feet. So now we're gonna take a shot. Now listen, I'll show you in my studio that if I take the club back nice and high, I'm gonna have a shot that moves high right. If I take the club back nice and low, it's going to be a ball that moves right, low, left. So I've found this spot in the middle that's good for me. But when you do a practice swing, and this is the big one, make sure your practice swing is rotating into your right heel. We start balls of your feet, right heel. That's how we keep our butt out. So you're going to exaggerate it. And I know you don't want to look like this when you hit a ball. I appreciate that. You won't. But we're going to try to get that right hip to move back. That's going to take the club back flatter and give us a straighter shot. Oh boy, that's a good one. So 5 more, one time quick. And let me say one more thing, real quick. When you finish, if you can finish with a nice pose, your speed is in the right spot. If you finish, where you find yourself catching yourself from falling, or you recoil, you take a swing, and that club comes back, peak speed's at the ball, and it shouldn't be. Peak speed should be post-impact, just out front. That allows for big rotation, big extension, and a nice finish, and that typically gets the shape to be minimized, okay? Okay, listen, it's pretty simple. I know it looks like a long time, but it's not. Once you get used to it, it's gonna be very quick. So feet, tee, line the ball up, ball position, set up with pressures correct. Make sure when you take the club back, you go right heel with your pressure, not toes to stand up, right? Right heel, turn through, give me a pose. You'll have straight drives all day long, okay? Okay, like always, if the video was helpful, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit that bell. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, do me a favor, let me know.